Hello there from Frankfurt Kids Berlin. We have a special guest here today, Dylan from Pop-Up UK. Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Marilla.
Hi, very nice to have you here for the first time in our bookstore in Berlin. So, Dylan, you work for a great project called Pop-Up UK. Could you tell us what Pop-Up UK is?
Sure, I'll have a go. We're called Pop-Up Projects. We're a non-profit, and we're a children's literature development agency in the UK. And by that we mean we're sort of investing in the children's literature economy, right from early readers through to established writers and illustrators who have been working for decades. But what we're really about is bringing literature to children and communities that maybe don't get literary opportunities like festivals or opportunities to work with writers and illustrators. So that's our sort of ethos, is to bring literature project to disadvantaged children and deprived communities. We do three things. We run a national education programme in schools across the UK, including schools for children with disabilities. We have a lot of special schools. And we work with the whole school, and we put an author into every single classroom so that small group of children have an intimate interaction with a writer or illustrator. That's called Pop-Up Festival. We do community projects where we have writers and illustrators working with groups of young people to create literature. And we also have talent programs where we're particularly interested in supporting aspiring and new writers and illustrators who might come from minority backgrounds.
Good. Could you give us one example of one project you did with you in the UK, with Pop-Up UK, that you loved, a special one that you loved?
I've loved. I think it would have to be a big international project that we did with, I think 27 organisations were part of a partnership across UK, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia. And we basically had an exchange of illustrators from the four countries, all published illustrators, and each one worked with a group of students in a university or a college or a school in some places. And each student produced a leporello, a concertina fold out. 150 students took part across the four countries, and then we published this library of 150 leporellos, launched it at London Book Fair in 2018, and had a conference in Tallinn and London that were bringing the creatives together from across the project. It was a really interesting, multilingualism through visual storytelling project, and in many ways, out of that project, a number of other initiatives have been born. It was just so wonderful to work in different illustration cultures, and particularly that part of the world where there's a lot of surrealism, and it's a very unexpected world of illustration.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and you said many initiatives came out of that project. So you're here today to talk about a new initiative called Pathways. What is Pathways? Could you tell us about it?
Sure. We're piloting this program in England. It's pretty much only in England, in the UK. We have, in the UK children's books industry, we have real problems with representing the diversity of society in our children's books. Something like around 30% of children in schools in the UK are not white, and yet a recent survey found that only 4% of children's books published in 2017, I believe, have non-white main characters. So you have this real disconnect between the reality on the ground and representation. We also know that over the last 10 years, UK publishers only published 2% of authors who are not from white backgrounds. So we really wanted to kind of create a program that would challenge that status quo, and for us it's all about the artist. It's always about the artist, and they're the people that we want to invest in and empower. And so this program it's a 2-year program. It's an alternative to an illustration degree. You can also do it if you have an illustration degree, and we have a group of aspiring illustrators, mainly from ethnic minority backgrounds and some from poorer backgrounds as well, so people who've grown up in tough economic circumstances. And they get trained over 2 years by university lecturers from 9 universities and editors and art directors from 12 publishers. And we have big publishers as part of this program like Penguin Random House and HarperCollins, but also some smaller ones as well. And the whole idea is that over these 2 years, those I think it's 27 artists we have in the program, they'll be trained in every aspect of children's publishing, but they will have also built a big network through the teaching, the learning program that they're going on, and a portfolio. So it's equipping people from minority backgrounds with all the tools and the connections that you need to forge a career in children's publishing. We're yet to see whether that will bear fruit, but I know that we've got some extraordinary talent in this program.
So this is already working in the UK.
Being piloted.
Apparently, yeah, and it's apparently working well. So where do you want to move from there?
We want to continue doing this in the UK. We still want to continue supporting minority artists getting into children's publishing, but we're having conversations with other agencies across Europe about evolving a Pathways Europe program. And the idea here is that, again, it would be looking at minority representation, but what defines a minority would be different from country to country. It could be linguistic minority, it could be LGBT people. So we would need to evolve that, and the whole idea is that group of, we call them mentees, not students, which distinguishes us from a degree offer. So those mentees would come from all of these countries, and they would go and they would learn about illustration, children's literature and children's publishing in all the participating countries. So you'd come out of this program as an artist, having been exposed to so many different types and techniques in children's illustration, that the sort of world would be at your fingertips. You would have an unparalleled, unrivaled kind of knowledge of that whole sector across a number of European countries.
Excellent. I hope this will be a potential big project for whole Europe. Thank you very much.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Sam Arthur from Flying Eye in Nobrow. I'm a publisher, and I'm really looking forward to working with some of the graduates of the Pathways project that we're an affiliate of. It's an incredibly important project for getting more people from diverse backgrounds that previously would have found it really hard to get a career in publishing. For that reason, I'm really supportive of it, and so are all of my staff. So look out for the graduates of the Pathways course, and look out if you want to take part in it yourself.
Hello, I'm Kate Wilson. I'm the Managing Director of Nosy Crow. Nosy Crow is an award-winning children's publisher based in the UK. We have been supporting the Pathways programme from its inception. We've supported it financially by giving it money, but also through providing classes and mentoring of the students on the course. We feel that Pathways is performing a very important function, and never more so than in the context of Black Lives Matter protests. We have felt for some time that given that a third of the children in primary schools in the UK are from non-white backgrounds, it is critically important that children of colour see themselves reflected with authenticity in the art, in the books that they are looking at in a school context, and of course we hope to at home. We think that the best way of that happening is for there to be a wider and more diverse range of illustrators and illustration available to publishers to publish, and we're very much hoping that that is what programmes like Pathways will produce.